Okay, we are going to do shop tour today. And hopefully everybody's taking their Dramamine because this will all be handheld. All right, we stand by the bottom of the stairs, the entrance to the dungeon. And as we move along, we hear the dog barking. How nice. We have our sanding area. Moves very quickly into table saw. I love this area. My favorite workbench because it's covered in Formica. You can wash it off with anything, and I used to clean all my RC cars on top of there and then give them an airline. It was awesome. All right, we have from there, you guys I'm sure have all seen the saw. If not, we'll have one view of it from the other direction. There's all the inventory, mostly a lot of plastic and stuff from when I used to do a lot of vacuum forming back in the day. We move on to the chop saw table. Again, I'm sure many have seen that video too. And then backwards of that, we have... Wow, that's terrible camera work. I'm so sorry, people. Backwards of that, we have the planing area for just the mini planer. We have a spindle sander and over to the pin router, or routing, or what have you. Then on the back, tools quick, something available for the bench. We have that wonderful RC car, which is my metal art, and lots of toolboxes to store everything away, so it's all neat, orderly, and ready to go. Next, a room you've never been into, I don't think. Let's go back and have a look at the office. Stop by the tools here. On the way, made this nifty little tool cart. Very, very handy for stuff you want to store away. Hiding behind it, before we get to the toy room, are a couple lathes. We got a mini mat back there. Storage for my knife sharpening junk. And in here we do our, this is where all the editing happens. On my old trusty computer there. And then we have my backdrop, which I'm totally into. I used to just enjoy the living heck out of this back in the day. But a lot of it just sits to this day nowadays, unused. Here we have the old transmitters. None of the good stuff is in there. It doesn't fit. Storage for 22s for when the kids were young. Then we move over to another giant scale over here. That tank actually works, has suspension and everything, actual gears. Then we have RC department, that entire storage area. We move over here to design, an electric, old electric table. And down below we have our trusty whirlybird, a little fun. And there's a holder for airplanes that I custom made. What else do we have to show you guys? What else would be cool? Oh, hiding in the back corner, I don't know if you guys saw the hovercraft. That's a little different. Something you normally don't see much of. And we have a little snow cat up there on top. I don't know if you saw that hiding. It was always fun to have different stuff. Up here there's actually a paraglider that goes on its own flying wing. That thing's kind of wild. All right, out of here. Where are we going to head next? We'll head into the other room on the other side of the wall. I don't know if you guys have ever been in there either. On the way into there, we have the dungeon area. Nothing really back there, storage. We have a bathroom in here, used to be a full bath. More storage, some clamps. And we come into here. We have the little bandsaw, a micro joiner, the unit that sharpens saw blades. We have a 3-in-1. Over here we have grinding for carbide, regular, wire wheel, all that fun stuff. And on this wall is all hardware. So every drawer is just this in different species, if you will. I love things that are all stored nice. It really works good for me. We do have some junk laying around, but you know, you'll have that in a small town. Some piano wire, some carbon, all kinds of good stuff in here. Try not to go too fast for you guys. I know rolling shutter is definitely a problem. Try to do this slow for you. Here's our 3-in-1. Up on top we have a couple of rollers, actually a few. And right down below there we can shear and we can bend. And we have the can crusher that I whipped up. And from there we have washing and drying. Fabulous. We move over to, ooh, that looks like something illegal there. We'll pretend we didn't see this. And we move over from there. We have some other junk laying around that is needed for the shop. All kinds of spray rattle bombs and such. And then up top we have the overstock.com. And I'm sure you've all seen that. We have the air compressor and air dryer next, followed by mill tooling, the Greenlee area. We have a little drill press back in the back corner there, a miniature, super high precision. Got the Honda generator hiding under the bag. And we will move from there out of this door into Magic Land. And here we have the wood rack back to the beginning once again. Pretty handy wood rack, I might add. It'll only store 8 foot, but nonetheless, pretty nice. Let's move up to the other level. Then we have the monster. Takes up a lot of space out here, but oh, is it worth it? Oh my gosh. We move over to the Media Blaster. A fantastic thing to have once again. It had one job, paid for itself instantly, and I've had it ever since. That is not our mower, that is one for service. We have a 4-wheeler under there that's being serviced. That is not ours either. That one belongs here, however. We have our faithful snowplow also. And that'll about round off the garage. That's about it out here, folks. We have media blasting, milling. Oops, and I forgot, hiding in the corner here, the 5-horse planer. That'll do 20-inch wide, 8-inch thick, and it's a 5-horse motor. All right, we have, oh, and back there we have parts cleaning. It's hard to see, it's kind of hiding back in there. We don't use that much, so it just kind of hangs out. But this isn't a real mill. This is one of those that you get offshore for cheap. But I'm here to tell you a radial mill has got to be the handiest thing since sliced bread. It's unbelievable. As you can see, my favorite thing to do with a mill is put a real thick deck on it, bolt it down on each end with these huge bolts. And now you can screw down your projects. I'm here to tell you, you will save time like you can't believe fixturing things on a mill with a huge wood deck like this. Works really good. You guys let me know what you think now that you have the tour. Take care.